What it do, what it do, what it do, Lakers crew, Lakers Nation, salute to all of you. Well, here we are. The season is officially over. The Lakers season has officially ended as they fall to the defending champion, Denver Nuggets 4-1. Game 5 just took place not too long ago. Right across the street from me here at Ball Arena, but took place not too long ago, and the Lakers fall, man. They fell down. But I can't say this, man. I'm proud. The Lakers showed up. They battled tonight, man. They battled this entire series. And I know it's a gentleman's sweep, but this series was a lot closer than 4-1. And I could easily, see this series heading back to LA, right? For game 6, the Lakers were right there. They were right there all series long. They were in it. And it's the same thing last year in the Western Conference Finals, right? Same thing. The Lakers were in every game, with the exception of, I think, like one game. But, yeah, it's just tough, man. AD suffered that shoulder injury, and things kind of went downhill from there. But, they didn't throw in the towel there. AD was literally playing with one arm out there. But the Lakers kept going, Old man, King James, kept the team afloat. He turned it up. His scoring, he knew he was going to have to score since AD couldn't really score. We'll talk a lot more about it, but I just wanted to get on here really fast and, say our farewells for this season, if you will. Again, we'll have a follow-up video to this one, but I just wanted to talk about a few things that a lot happened already, man. Here we are. It's the first night of the off season. Our season literally just ended about an hour or so ago, and a lot's happening already. First, Darvin Ham. I think that's the question, or that's what everyone's waiting on. I don't think it's a question. I think everyone kind of believes that he's gone, and a lot of signs pointed towards that. The report came out that he is in the hot seat, and he may not survive this thing. If that's the case, I totally get it. I'll do an entirely separate video about this, but Darvin did also have an interesting comment in his press conference. He pretty much said, again, I don't have the direct quote in front of me, so I'm going to summarize it, but he pretty much said that, it's been one hell of a ride the last 2 seasons sitting in that chair, that chair being the head coaching chair, if you will. That's an interesting comment from the head coach. That definitely sounds like his time may be up, right? And then shortly after, I think Dave McMenamin broke the report about, him being in the hot seat. Again, I believe it was Dave McMenamin. I'm sorry, it's been a long day being in that arena. It was a lot going on, a lot of emotions and everything going on in that game, right? With that game. So it was a wild one, right? And let's keep things going. Of course, they asked LeBron about this potentially being his final game wearing a Lakers uniform. Has he put in any thought into that? You remember last year, in his after our defeat, he kind of said that he had to sit back and think about things. He didn't know, if he'd be back pretty much, or if he would leave, or what the case may be. Well, this year, asked the same question. He said no, he hasn't thought about it. And he said he's really not going to dwell on it too much or answer it. He pretty much said he wanted to get back to his family, get back home and be with his family. He has a kid, in Bronny, who could be declaring for the NBA draft, right? He could be partaking in the NBA draft here, in a few months. So there's that. And then he has another son playing AAU basketball. He has his daughter playing volleyball. His wife is doing a lot of things. So he said he wants to get back home to his family. So nothing really there. He didn't answer too much. He shut it down really fast. And that was that. So we'll see how that all shapes out. Remember, and again, we'll talk about a lot of this stuff all summer long. Once these playoffs are over, and even through the playoffs, We got a lot of basketball left to play. It's only the first round, and we're not in anymore. But it's still only the first round, so a lot of basketball left to be played. So a lot more, things will come out. But remember, LeBron does have a contract in front of him that he can opt into. He can opt in as $50 million on that deal. $50 million additional dollars that he will be opting into. So I don't think he's gonna. Me personally, I don't think he's gonna turn that down. I think he'll pick up that option and he'll be back next year. A lot of people are saying, oh, he may, ask to be traded, or I don't see any of that. And again, we'll talk much more about all of that, but you never know. You never know. But remember, LeBron does have that option on the table. He needs to opt in or opt out, whatever the case may be. He may, and again, if he opts out, it could be to sign a longer deal. So we'll see. We'll have plenty of time again to talk all about that. So we'll see how that all shapes out. So you have that, and then something else very, very interesting that was asked was about D'Angelo Russell. They asked him what his plans were for the summer. Again, this is in his post-game presser, if you will. They asked him, has he thought about what he's going to do in the summer? And he kind of said, he said no, he hasn't thought about it. But this is the weird part. He said, I know I have leverage and I intend on using it. Like, what? Who says that in a press conference? Who says that? Like, I know I have leverage and I plan to use it. Who says that? Now, the leverage, he does have leverage. He's saying, what he's speaking is somewhat true. He does have a little bit of leverage because he knows that the Lakers pretty much can't replace him. The Lakers are an over-the-cap team, right? So if D'Lo walks, if they let D'Lo walk or he decides to walk, they can't really replace him. It's not like they get that money back and they could go take that, $18 million and go sign someone else with it. No, they're over the cap. All what that does, he leaves, that just lowers how much money we're over the cap. We're still going to be over the cap, though. And when you're over the cap, you don't really have the cap space to go and replace him. You can't get that, get that money that you're paying him and go use it on someone else, again, because you're over the cap. And we'll break this down a lot more. We'll bring Empire Jeff on here, and he can break it down for you also a lot more better than I can. But, so he knows that the Lakers' hands are kind of tied. They kind of have to, they kind of need him, right? Whatever the Lakers' plans may be, they may, want to bring him back. Now, D'Lo, to his credit, he did have a career year shooting from three. Now, again, in this playoffs, he had that donut game, right? So, yeah, that's not really what we want to see there, right? But again, D'Lo does have the leverage because he can walk. He can walk outright and test free agency. But my question is there a team out there that's going to pay him more than, what's on his current contract? Now, he may also make the Lakers give him a raise, if you will, increase. Because again, he did have a career year shooting the ball. And we know D'Lo was really, really hot, down the stretch, right? Down the stretch, after the All-Star break, around that trade deadline, D'Lo showed up and showed out. His numbers increased significantly, right? And he was a big reason of why the Lakers were one of the better teams, down the stretch in the entire NBA. And that's not hyperbole. Those are facts by every metric. The Lakers were one of the better teams, and a lot of that was because D'Lo. So yeah, he may make the Lakers, pay up, give him a raise. Now the Lakers are able. Again, we know that the Lakers are an over the cap team. However, the Lakers are able to retain their own players. So again, that That's why the Lakers' hands are kind of tied. You cannot replace him, but you can retain him. You can keep him. Now, he may, again, ask for a new deal. With that new deal, a pay raise. Now, the Lakers, that doesn't mean that the Lakers have to keep him. The Lakers can move him, but it's kind of like they would all have to work together. You're pretty much going to move him somewhere where D'Lo wants to go, or D'Lo could, play ball, and as long as he gets his money, he won't mind where he goes. But more than likely, he'll request to be traded somewhere where he wants to be. But he'll want a pay raise. The Lakers have to pay it, and then the Lakers can move him and get something back for him. That's the ideal situation, is D'Lo opting in, and you have this expiring contract and starting point guard, right? And then you can move that, but I don't know if that'll be the case. I think D'Lo will want a new deal. So we'll see how all that plays out. But again, very interesting words from D'Lo. Him saying that he has leverage. He knows he has leverage, and he plans to use it. I don't like that at all. I'm kind of over D'Lo. Me personally, I do not feel that he performed to where he needed to be in this playoffs. Again, that 0 points did not sit well with me at all. I know he had a bounce back game, but nah, bro, you can't 0 points. No, especially as close as this series was. Yeah, you can't put up donuts. So I'm done with D'Lo, man, me personally, and I'm done with him, the way he talks in the media, the way he talks on these podcasts. Shut up and play ball, man. Let the game do the talking for you, man. It's just weird behavior. And I'm done. Me personally, I'm done with D'Lo. But again, we'll make an entirely separate video about that. I'm not going to ramble on too much longer about that. But again, I did want to bring that up, those words. Max Christie, that's another decision that the Lakers have to make. He's going to be a restricted free agent, so the Lakers have to pay Max Christie, right? And he had some interesting comments also in his exit. It wasn't post-game. They did their exit interviews. It was kind of weird. They did them tonight, and they did them in Denver. Very, very weird. I didn't get a chance to listen to all of them. But Max Christie did say, he was asked about some things, and he said that he felt that he could have helped this Lakers team. And of course, Max Christie didn't play at all in this conference finals. Something that me personally, I don't understand. Especially you had Gabe Vincent, he kind of struggled a bit, in particularly on the offensive end. Spencer Dinwiddie, same thing. I thought you would throw Max out there for a little bit. A bigger body to throw on Murray. I'm not saying Max was going to come in and play 25 minutes and contribute to shutting Murray down or shutting KCP down or any of that. But, it's just another body to throw at him. But I get it, it's the playoffs. You're only going to go so deep in your rotation in the playoffs. So, I don't know. I would have loved to see him. But, again, the Lakers have to make a decision on him. And that being said, you would have thought that he would have played a lot more than he did this year. I'm a believer in Max Christie, man. I saw the improvement that he made, over the summer. And I would have loved to see him play a lot more minutes this year. But we didn't, so we'll see what happens with that. He may be moved in a trade, a salary filler. I don't know. And speaking of that, another big piece of news that came out is, it's been rumored all, for the past, since the trade deadline, right? But in particular, the past few weeks or whatever, the Lakers are in. It looks like they're in, and they're going to push hard to go after Trae Young, right? That's a option on the table for the Lakers this year, is going after a third superstar. I know there's a lot of mixed feelings about that. A lot of it being because, we saw the Lakers, they did that with Russell West. I don't even want to say his name because we're trying to move on past that, but number 0, we'll say that. They traded for him, third superstar we saw. how disastrous that was. And fast forward, you just saw what happened with the Phoenix Suns. They're three superstars. Um, so there's a lot of mixed emotions and mixed feelings about that. A lot of people don't want the Lakers to do that, but well, that's kind of the Lakers' way. So I don't know. We'll make an entirely separate video to talk about that, but I just wanted to get it out there that yeah, it came out tonight after the Lakers lost that they're gonna be that's a strong possibility that they're gonna do that and go over that. Go after that. So yeah. What else? There was. It feels like I'm missing something. Sorry, I'm exhausted. Um, it's been a long few hours, if you will, so I'm trying to make this video so I can get it up. But what else? I guess tomorrow when I get a little more settled, we'll get on here and get some other stuff out for you guys. But I think those are the major things. So we're all tuned in, trying to see what's going to happen with Darvin Ham. Me personally, I don't think that the Lakers will fire him right away. I'd say maybe the weekend, maybe next week. I think they make that decision. Even if they've already made their decision, I don't think they're going to do it right away. I think they're going to, allow some proper time before they do so. But all eyes and ears are waiting to see and hear, what the Lakers do, and in regards to that, in regards to Coach Ham. And again, I'll make separate videos about that. Make sure you're locked and loaded here, man. Now that the season is officially over, our off season has begun. This off season is always fireworks. And it's going to be nothing shy of that again this year. So make sure you're locked and loaded here. Make sure you're subscribed and make sure you have that notification bell turned on. So as things happen, we will, you get the total breakdown right here. We'll be here all season long. This season I kind of stepped back and I was a fan all year, being at the arena and all that. But, we're about to dive right back into things this off season and kick things to, take things even higher. So make sure you're locked and make sure you're loaded. And yeah, man, we'll be here breaking it all down, breaking all the news, and we'll be bringing a lot of guys over here to talk about things and break down things. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be a fun summer. I hate that our summer start this early. Lakers basketball is all about playing in June. We didn't even make it out of April, so that is tough. That's the reality of the situation. As close as you want to say those games were, the reality is we are headed home, and Denver is heading to the next round to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves, which I'm looking forward to watching that series. That's going to be a good series. So this season was a failure. Period, point blank. By all metrics, this season was a failure. The Lakers have one goal year in and year out, and that's to raise banners, raise titles. Not to win IST tournaments, not to make play-ins, not to say, oh, we made the playoffs, and not to get into the playoffs and just win one game. No, that is not what the Lakers play basketball for. Not even to just make it to the conference finals or even just make it to the finals. No, the Lakers play basketball to win championships. We didn't do that this year. We didn't come anywhere near doing that this year. So the season was an ultimate failure, a big fat failure, if you will. There's no gray lines for me, no in between. Yeah, I'm not that fan. I'm not that guy. That's not what you're going to get here. On this channel, we failed, period, point blank. So now let's see what we do to correct that and make sure we're right back in the mix next year and improve on, the failure that was this season. So let's see what happens. Again, we'll be here all summer long to talk all about it, to break it all down. It's unfortunate, but the season's over. Thank you guys for being here, throughout the year, or following me on social media platforms, all that good stuff, and engaging with me in conversation about this team, or watching me call games, or watching me on Bleacher Report, all that stuff, man. We appreciate you guys for all of that, and we're looking for much, much more. Can't do any of this without all of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and yeah, the season is over, but it's still the purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold we ride. I bleed purple. My heart beats gold. It still is and always will be. Lakers over everything, man. We'll tap in with you guys later. Peace.
Till you get it right. Oh, all my life I've been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, gotta pay that. Pay the price. Can't be real, but I'm living the life. All my life I've been grinding all my life. Lakers, baby. Yeah. You know what it is. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Yeah. You know what it is. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Yeah. Yeah. You know what it is. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Yeah. You know what it is. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Yeah. I'm a Laker till I die. Rest in peace, Chick Hearn.
93-70. This game's in the Admiral refrigerator. The door is closed. The lights out. Butter's getting hard. The eggs are cooling, and the Jello is jiggling. Been jiggling for a long time.
Mama didn't raise no failure. It's go hard and go home, I tell you. If you ever seen blood, sweat, tears leaking out of me, and you can hear my heart scream, it say, oh, Lakers.